Mr. Graham, homework help! You get homework help. That's right, guys. It's homework help time. And this is a special substitute teacher edition to be played after you guys talk about it a little bit by yourselves. But now, I'm here to help you understand. Let's get started. Double check that you're on page 327 for me. You should already have it out. And we're going to look at numbers 5 and 6. Here we go. So number 5, let's just make sure Mr. Graham doesn't blah blah too much. We just want to make double sure. So number 5 says, read it to yourself as I read it aloud. Margaret cut some felt shapes in her craft class. In case you didn't know, felt is like that material that's kind of like a blanket almost. It's like little paper-sized blanket material thing. It's really good when you're making puppets or something. Anyway, felt shapes in her class. She labeled each shape with a letter. Oh, and look at that. There's a picture of it right below for us. That's nice. So rectangle is A. Okay, whatever. Which shapes appear to have one or more? You can come in. Which shapes appear to have one or more right angles? So basically, we have to write down all the shapes that have one or more right angles. So there's only one thing to do. Go through the list, keep the ones that have right angles, cross off the ones that don't. So rectangle, yes or no? Right angle?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's a perpendicular line right there. So we're going to keep them. B, square, right angle?
Yep.
Absolutely. Square is like the king of right angles.
Children to the office, please. Aiden and Addison Parks, please come to the office. Thank you.
All right. Does letter C, does that shape have right angles?
No.
Goodbye, C. How about letter D? Any right angles there?
Nope.
Nope. How about letter E?
Yes.
Yes, right there. How about letter F? Right angle on F?
No.
No. So we've crossed out what doesn't work, and we're left with 3 letters. A, B, and E. All you have to do is, come on in. All you have to do is write down the name of those shapes. Then part B says, describe shapes A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, and D. So not the triangles, but everything else. These guys. Based on the kinds of sides they have. All right, so A, what kind of sides does it have?
Right.
Not sure what to say? Well, I don't want to give too much away. It's your homework after all. But I will tell you one thing. You want to write about if any sides are equal, because some sides are and some sides aren't. You want to write about if sides are parallel, because I bet you if you look closely, you'll see some parallel sides. And you want to write about if there's any sides that maybe create perpendicular lines. Now, we kind of know this one already because part A was talking about right angles, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of know a little bit about that already. So I don't want you to just say equal, parallel, perpendicular. I want you to describe some of these lines. Like, for example, you might say, there are 2 sets of parallel lines in shape A. There's only 1 set of parallel lines in shape D. And what I just said is true. Those are 2 true examples. All right, let's move on to number 6. 3 parts to this long thing, okay. Part A, draw all the lines of symmetry for each figure. Oh, part A is kind of easy, kind of fun. So this triangle, I'll give you hints. For this triangle, there's actually 3 lines of symmetry. Yes?
Because you can flip it around and keep on.
You're right, Arthur. If you flip it around and look at all the corners, you can keep drawing the same line, kind of. For the square, you're going to want to draw 4 lines of symmetry. For this, what is this, pentagon, believe it, there are 5 lines of symmetry. And for this, I'll do this last one with you. Well, this is a hexagon because it has 6 sides. So let's see, there's going to be 1 right there. There's going to be one right there. There'll be one moving up through there. One moving up through there. What about if I turn my head a little bit? Yeah, corner to corner. And then corner to corner again. You guys know how many lines I just drew?
8. 6.
6. Now there's sort of a pattern that you can almost always depend on.
3, 4, 5.
How many sides does the shape have?
6.
6. Are the sides equal?
Yes.
They are equal sides, and then how many lines of symmetry does it have?
6.
So if a shape has all equal sides, that's how many lines of symmetry it has too. Look, 5 equal sides, 5 lines of symmetry. 4 equal sides, 4 lines of symmetry. 3 equal sides, 3 lines of symmetry. The only time it doesn't work is if the sides aren't equal. Like a rectangle, for example. Some sides are equal, but not all of them. And that's why even though it has 4 sides, it does not have 4 lines of symmetry. It's got 1 and 2, but the diagonal ones will fail you. Because if you try to fold on that diagonal line, it'll come off like right there. It won't fold up perfectly. So if it's equal sides though, it's going to have that many lines of symmetry. Now I've given you hints, but you got to draw the rest on your own. Part B. Compare the number of sides and number of lines of symmetry. Write a sentence that describes the pattern. Oh wow, there's a pattern going on here, and we kind of just talked about it by accident. Didn't I give you a big clue?
Yep.
6 equal sides, 6 lines of symmetry. 5 equal sides, 5 lines of symmetry. So there's a definite pattern there. I'm going to let you talk about it a little more by yourself. I didn't even look at that. We accidentally talked about the pattern. All right, and part C. How many lines of symmetry can be drawn in a 7-sided polygon with all the sides the same length and all the angles the same size? So they're trying to see if you understand the pattern. Think about it. It's got 7 sides, but all of them are equal, and the angles are equal too. So how many lines of symmetry should it have?
7.
Yeah, if it follows the pattern that we established up here, it should be 7. The only problem is you can't just write 7. Oop, almost out of time. Let me just finish. Sorry about that. Only problem is you can't just say 7. You're right. 7 equal sides should mean 7 equal angles, and that should mean 7 lines of symmetry. 7, 7, 7. But they're asking you to sketch, that means draw, and check your answer. So you can't just draw, you can't just write the word 7. You have to draw that 7-sided shape and try to find all the lines of symmetry yourself. Yes?
So like giving evidence.
You have to show evidence that you're right. Correct. All right, guys. Arthur and Andrew, thank you so much for being the volunteers for this, for the substitute edition of Homework Help. Have a nice day. Bye, guys.
Bye!